Willson Contreras has been traded to the Boston Red Sox. You guys already knew that. You came to see our reaction, our opinion. We're not the fastest on this one. Happened late at night. We talked about Murakami yesterday. Today, we're talking about Willson Contreras traded to the Red Sox. Before we get going into this, make sure you guys subscribe. Big shout out to all of you out there. 10,000 subscribers. We're giving away a signed MLB jersey to one of you guys. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're giving away on Instagram. We're giving away on TikTok. We're giving away on YouTube. We've hit 10,000 on all of them. So thank you so much. And let's get going into this, James. Initial reaction when you saw it, what'd you think?
Initial reaction was just straight up good. Like, Willson Contreras is a good player. He's a great fit for the Red Sox. Like, they wanted the first baseman, another right-handed power bat. Like, this is a great way for them to fill that hole. And again, I think they traded a good bit to get him, but I also think they have a big-time farm system right now. So they can handle a bit of a hit like this, but they still are. These are good players they sent out, but they got a good player back. So I think it's a square trade if I ever saw one.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me bringing him in for a bunch of different reasons. One, it's really good. Red Sox didn't have to give up any of their big prospects either. I know Yhoiker is someone's coming up, but they didn't give up any of like the hitters that you've been excited about either in the upper minors, which is cool. Willson Contreras also feels like while he's a very good player, feels like another dude, and it feels like they're trying to bring in more dudes to this team. Like Bregman was a big dude, and if you don't know what I mean, it's like ball player, loves baseball, plays hard, has won, is a champion. Like that stuff matters, and it feels like especially especially with what they've had with Tristan Casas, who seems like there's a lot of nonsense going on with him at times. Willson Contreras is like going to show up every day, play hard, be a dog, and he's also really good. Like he's gonna do like 30 and 100 every year in Boston.
I think it's really important for the Red Sox team right now, the way they're situated, where you have monsters coming up from the minor leagues and like some just highly impressionable young men who you're investing a lot in as an organization. It's really nice to have these veteran presences. Like you saw that with Bregman with the team last year, how much he helped Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer. They still have a lot of faith in Christian Campbell. And then like these older players, these veterans, like just to keep those guys accountable, keep them moving, make sure they're working hard, doing that kind of stuff every day. It's very important. And Willson Contreras is that kind of like, I don't know if he's a red ass technically, but he's an intense guy.
He's got fire, yeah.
Yeah, like he keeps you moving. Like he had the viral fight with the umpire last year, but he's ready to go. And again, like while he's 33 years old, entering his age 34 season, you still have, and he doesn't get credit for this, top of the league bat speed, 95th percentile on average swing speed, still amazing power metrics, even though last year was a relative down year. Like you're getting, I think, very consistently like a 20-30% better bat than league average. Like over the last 3 years, Willson Contreras has a higher WRC plus than Pete Alonso.
Yes, much less plate appearances, but
yes, Pete Alonso just got 5 years and $30 million AAV, and Willson Contreras went again for a good back end starting pitcher, a good prospect with tons of helium, and another kind of like dart throw prospect.
Yeah, and for like the build for this Red Sox team, looking forward, I don't think this takes them out of the Alex Bregman race by any means. You still have third base, which could be open. I know Marcelo Meyer they're high on, but Bregman obviously is a better player. It's just it feels like a good move, and Willson Contreras is also fantastic at first base defensively too.
Good.
Graded as one of the better first basemen defensively last year. He's still a good athlete. There's really nothing wrong with Willson Contreras besides like the theoretical age of him.
He can still catch in a pinch. Like you still have that ability from him. Like there's just a lot of good, and he's not making tons of money either. Like he's only accounting for $18 million against luxury tax for the next 2 years. He's getting paid I think it was $41 million he was owed. That's what Jeff Passan said. I think that included a buyout that he has in his contract because they have a club option 2028.
$8 million to cover part of his remaining $41.5 million. So they're going to pay
the Cardinals
him.
Are kicking in.
Yes. So the Red Sox will end up paying him that's like $33 million. That's nothing.
8 million, 33.5, $34 million. I mean, again, it's a good deal. And I think that to get that money, I think that's why the Red Sox again kicked in who I think was the most exciting prospect in this trade. Yhoiker, Fajardo. I went to my friend in the Red Sox system to give me help with the pronunciation of that name. Like he's a guy that has become a hipster top 100 prospect. I know the people at Baseball Prospectus love him. He, as an 18-year-old this past year, started out in the complex league because the Red Sox acquired him from the White Sox around this time last year when the Red Sox were DFAing Cam Boozer, and he was like the 17-year-old dart throw for a lefty that throws in the upper 90s that the White Sox wanted for some reason their bullpen last year. And he missed a lot of bats in DSL, but like a 17-year-old in the DSL, you don't really know what's going on there. And the Red Sox took him, and they made huge strides with him, seemingly with stuff and command. He has poor command grades and his scouting grades in a lot of places, but he also didn't walk that many people. But again, like he was striking guys out. He got to low A at 18 years old, gave you 50 innings of an ERA in the twos with two different types of fastballs that both have decent shapes on them, and a changeup and a slider that each had better than 40% whiff rates on them. Like
Yeah,
that's
it feels like that's the piece.
that's sensational feel for an 18-year-old playing against a lot of guys who just came off college.
Can I make something funny about the Cardinals rotation and how they're just building the back end of the Red Sox rotation for the entire thing? They signed Dustin May, who was on the Red Sox last year. They traded for Hunter Dobbins
And Richard Fitz.
They're just like, what if we have all the pitchers the Red Sox don't want?
Yeah, I honestly, like, it's kind of funny, but Chaim Bloom is now the Cardinals president of baseball operations, and he's gone to the Red Sox well twice for a system that he's confident, one, in the way they're developing prospects, because he helped build a lot of the processes that are going on there, and then Craig Breslow, helped by Kyle Boddy of Driveline, have kind of pushed that system, I think, to the next level. But Dobbins was a Chaim guy. I know that Fitz wasn't. Fitz was a Breslow trade. Fajardo, again, of course. Fajardo was not. But, like, the familiarity, I think, with the system, probably a lot of people in that building, probably gives him a lot of confidence to acquire their lower-level prospects and feel like he can convert them to being what you kind of hope to in a trade like this.
Chaim Bloom's also doing something kind of funny, where if you look at what this projected roster is for the Cardinals right now, and this was one of my bold predictions on Draftnik Mark that I did, I said the Cardinals will not have a single player on opening day over the age of 29. So no 30-year-olds on their opening day roster. And right now, according to Roster Resource over on Fangraphs, Nolan Arenado is the only hitter on the roster over the age of 30, and the only pitcher over the age of 30, I'm not counting Nick Rackett, I don't know who that guy is, I have no clue who that is Riley O'Brien. And I think there's a world where they could trade him too, because they could get probably a good bit back for a decent, potential, high-leverage arm for their bullpen.
Yeah, I think that's part of this too, because beginning of the offseason, there was a lot of word that Willson Contreras didn't want to waive his no-trade clause. He wanted to stay in this. And then you kind of got the word a few weeks ago. I was like, I'll waive it. And then they basically announced that he was waiving it for the Mets. And I feel like this was probably a Mets versus Red Sox over the last few weeks, like who's going to trade the most. And the Red Sox won out by adding Fajardo for Contreras. But this still feels like just the beginning of the Cardinals ripping this down to the studs. Like, I don't think Brandon Donovan's there on opening day. I don't think Nolan Arenado's there on opening day. I don't even think Lars Nootbaar's there on opening day. And I do not think those relievers, Riley O'Brien or Jojo Romero, maybe O'Brien because he has a lot more team control, are going to be there on opening day.
No, this roster is full of guys that teams could use. Every team except the Cardinals.
Yeah, basically every team except the Cardinals. And like this is going to be such a bizarre rotation next year because like
a bizarre lineup. Everything about this team is going to be
weird.
So crazy. Like to talk about the rotation in the bullpen again. Like Matthew Liberatore, Dustin May, Andre Palante, Michael McGreevy, Kyle Leahy, like Hunter Dobbins, Richard Fitz, maybe Tink Hens, Quinn Matthews. They low-key have like 100 guys fighting for all the same spots right now.
Like Matthew Liberatore opening day starter is crazy.
It feels not right. Maybe just call up Tink Hens, see what he's got.
This was necessary for the Cardinals. If you guys are Cardinals fans watching this, I think you've probably felt that being in purgatory for these last few years just wasn't getting you anywhere. And Chaim Bloom is a guy to tear things down, like, get some good pieces back. And also, this Cardinals team, like, you're going to have a full team of basically homegrown players next year. Like, basically besides Thomas Saggese, do you know how to say that one? Saggese. Like, he's going to be the only player probably in your starting lineup on opening day who was not developed by the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, looking at it, like I'm excited to see what they can do with Jordan Walker next year. I won't give up on him.
One more chance.
Let Chaim Bloom talk to him. I still hate that Ollie Marmol's there, and I'm sure he's dead man walking because he stinks.
No, he got an extension, didn't he?
But that was by the old, wasn't it?
I think that Chaim Bloom was in the organization last year, but Mozeliak was still running the show. But I think they were just he was prepping a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. So now he could. What
if that was Mozeliak being like, "Hey, Chaim, I know you're gonna take over my job. Have fun, Ollie Marmol, give him a contract because that guy." It's insane. He still has a job. I can't believe it.
That's your number one diatribe. Also, like I spent most of my time talking about Yhoiker Fajardo. Like Dobbins is a fun piece. Like Dobbins is a major league pitcher. Like he's got really good command. He's got multiple good breaking balls. Like he profiles as a guy that sticks in your rotation all year. He has a 3.8 ERA. At the end of the season, you as a fan, you're like, I liked watching the Hunter Dobbins starts.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, I think him and Richard Fitz, otherwise known as Dickie Fitz. Like you got those two guys. Like that's going to be a fun names in this rotation.
They can have fun names in the lineup. Blaze Jordan, get him in the lineup.
Michael McGreevy's a fun name. Matthew Liberatore, I think, is a kind of a fun name.
Michael McGreevy snuck in some good starts too at the end of the year.
he's another guy where he's just, and like Liberators like this too. They're touch and feel guys. Like it's kind of fun to have. Like I know you probably want some flamethrowers in the mix at some point. Like even Fajardo, he looks like again probably a top 100 prospect if things go well at the start of the season. He's not like a blazing fastball guy. Like he gets up to 97. He probably sits closer 94, 95. But he's like different fastballs, slider that he can change the depth on. Like he's a touch and feel pitcher. Like an 18-year-old with a changeup's insane to me. Like that's no one has that. No 18-year-old righties have changeups.
For a Cardinals team that I couldn't stand watching the last few years and stunk, if you're a Cardinals fan, I think you'd be like, hey, at least we're going to stink, but we're going to find out what we got. Like this is going to be a chaos year for them. They might not be that much worse than they were with all their awful old players already.
And you kind of have to find out what you got with Victor Scott, Jordan Walker, like
a lot of make it or break it years, which
Jay-Z.
is also fun because if you don't figure it out, you're not going to be playing again.
Totally. It's cool also for a team like the Cardinals right now to build out this rotation depth. Because Cardinals fans, you've probably looked at the last few years going to the year with your rotation being like, oh my God, this is terrible. Yeah. And now the fact that, like you said, like there's at least a glut of pretty certain back-end type of starters. Like that's a fun thing to have.
Maybe someone takes a step forward. Again, new Hein Bloom in charge. Again, you say he was in the organization, but maybe there's some changes that have made. Maybe someone takes a step forward. Maybe someone becomes that guy. I know people like Quinn Matthews.
Yeah, people like Quinn Matthews. Quinn Matthews had some injury zone. He's lost some of the velocity that made him very exciting. Let's talk about the Red Sox here for the last 2 minutes before closing this out.
I'm glad you said that. All right, what I want to talk about, one, this lineup's awesome.
Lineup's sick.
Lineup's awesome. This team's awesome. This team's really good. This team's gotten way better. One of the biggest improvements so far this offseason has been the Boston Red Sox over any team. And I'm starting to think that I don't think they're trading one of the outfielders. And I'm going to say I don't think they should.
But where do they play then?
You have a DH spot. Get rid of Masataka Yoshida. He's useless on this team.
But you have, I think, 2 more years of him. Like you can. I don't think they're going to sunk cost him especially because now
trade him to like I don't know. The Angels will probably take him.
I don't know
and pay him.
Right now, you do have again one this glut of outfielders, but 2 you also have a very telegraphed Tristan Casas trade. I think that's happening.
That's the guy who I think gets moved over the outfielders.
But who like you don't have any leverage on that. You've probably destroyed his value. And I'll tell you this. I would rather let him be the DH than Masataka Yoshida. Like
than Yoshida, sure. But if you're not going to be able to move him because of the money.
I'd rather find a way to keep Casas on the again, I don't know if they will at this point. There's always been some weird things that's come out about them and him and all this stuff. But I think also people seem to love Yoshida. Like he seems like a dude.
I think he is a dude, but he's just not very good.
Yeah, They also, you kind of have the Alex Bregman thing still looming. It still feels like they're coming back, but with every day, I guess that becomes a little less likely. So if Bregman does come back and slot in a third, you have Yoshida as the DH, and you have Yhoiker, Duran, and Roman Anthony, and Ceddanne Rafaela. So there's no room for Marcelo Meyer. There might be no room for Ceddanne Rafaela.
Are they waiting to make a huge trade with some of these pieces?
I think a Jarren Duran trade, where I was going with this, is still very likely. And I think there's a world where you can get those relievers. You can start to create the framework of a trade with the Padres to get those relievers for Jarren Duran.
Bring Nick Pivetta back.
No, I don't think they're going to do that again. No, I think something about like Estrada and Marjon. Like I think something with those guys because the Red Sox.
Durant might be too much for them. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think Durant has that same kind of shine in the baseball world. Like I heard Saris make this point on Rates and Barrels, of course, but with no inside knowledge. But
sure.
When you have a guy like Durant who physically has every single tool in the book,
yes.
Why have you not been better or more consistent? Like why can't you play center field?
Well, I'll tell you this. He played I hate that he can't play center field. He played it well. Where he struggled was left field. He didn't play left field well. He played center field in 2024. Fantastic. Why does it have to make sense? The Green Monster, that's the answer.
Mike Petriello split his OAA by home and away, and he said it was not much difference last year by home or away OAA.
Maybe you just can't play left.
Well, you think he's Jason Dominguez? Do you see him center?
But he has good numbers in center. That's what I'm saying. Like when everyone talks about he can't play center, I'm like, but he did, and he played it well.
There seems to be something with Jarren Duran where there's like an inconsistency in how he plays the outfield. At best, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So something like about the routes he's taking, the jumps, like you know what I mean. It seems like there's I don't know. Jarren Duran he's a free agent in 2029. He's had 3 more years of team control.
I mean, he was still a 4-win player last year in down season. Like I think this is something that's going on in baseball that happens way too much.
But that was also remember and I think rightfully so, sometimes critical of Fangraphs WAR because they do a little bit too much weight for base running.
Sure.
A lot of that 4 WAR last season from Jarren Duran is being held up by that base running.
Of course, and a lot of the 7 WAR from 2024 is held up by the base running too.
Definitely. Like I think truthfully, he probably is he's like a 2.5 to 4 win player.
I don't know. I feel like his floor is, that's fine. I'll allow that. 2.5 to 4 wins, probably fair. Floor 2.5. You can just kind of slot him in for 4 though in a normal year.
He'll be 29 this year. Like you get him. It's fun to get him on this rookie deal too because he came up so late at 24 years old that you get him 27. 29, 30, 31 under team control, and then you probably just be like, all right, cool. Don't have to resign you. You're 31 now.
Yeah, just he feels good. I think we're undervaluing him.
I think we're not undervaluing him because I think the Red Sox still value him, which is why he hasn't been traded yet.
Fair. I think the baseball community undervalues him.
I think sometimes. Sometimes baseball community forgets, like, oh, the ball player is a ball player. I think Jarren Duran is a ball player, but there's always been that just, like, tantalizing next step for Jarren Duran we can't figure out. He to me is an obvious trade guy. Obvious.
I think they're trying to figure it out, but I think it's going to be more for along the lines of, like, dare I say, like a Cole Reagans type guy.
Just one more swing for a pitcher?
Yeah, I think it's like, can we hit a home run and get that real too? Because all of a sudden, like Sonny Gray and Bayo behind Crochet and whoever that other guy could be, now you're looking at a team like, how do they not actually really compete for the World Series?
How much do you have to trade with Jarren Duran to get Mason Miller? Is that the move?
But that's just I think they want to
Lodolo? What about Nick Lodolo?
I think too much Duran.
I think Duran's too much for Lodolo. Why do you think
I
that?
do.
Lodolo's incredible.
In that ballpark, I don't know how he's going to play. Same thing as like in Cincinnati, in Fenway.
Lodolo's pitching great. He's pitching Great American now.
Lefties struggle in Fenway. Garrett Crochet and Chris Sale have been the outliers. And to be fair, those guys are unreal different.
Yeah. I don't know. If you can pitch in Great American, I feel like you could pitch in Fenway.
Probably. There's probably something to it.
Lodolo's just he's such a bat miss. I love Lodolo. I know the health thing is always a concern, but he got the innings, the volume of innings up this year.
I think the Reds would take that trade in a heartbeat.
I don't know if they would.
Duran and Cincinnati would be sick.
Lodolo's a full extra year of team control, and like when
they have 7 pitchers.
I mean, he was so good last year when he was on the mound.
I know.
I think you might be sleeping on Lodolo.
It's the classic though. Like when he was on the mound. How many times has he actually been on the mound?
So you're injury prone until you're not. Like last year he missed the only injury he missed time was a blister. Like all right.
I don't know. I think Duran's got more value than that.
I think that maybe that's just a trade that maybe we both don't feel good about, and that's the best way.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just Jarren Duran for Nick Lodolo. That's the middle ground.
Oh, is that Henry Clay? The best compromise is when every single party leaves not feeling good about it. Like that's
true. That would be it.
Because again, like they probably still want to add another starter, or again, maybe it's just Mason Miller, and the Padres love Jarren Duran. Like who else
is it with the Mariners, and maybe you try and get like
Kirby, like
maybe Kirby, or maybe
you need more than Jarren Duran for George Kirby at this point.
Bryce Miller.
But Jarren Duran probably covers Bryce Miller at this point.
Okay.
Is it Gore? It's another lefty.
Maybe.
Edward Cabrera and something
Marlins
else.
would have to love that, I would think.
Probably.
It's probably too much.
He's a fun trade chip to have. I'd love to be a general manager where, like, I have an extra Jarren Duran sitting around.
All right. How about we give you Kodai Senga for Jarren Duran?
Oh, no. But, I mean, maybe the Mets are a match too, but I think if the Red Sox wanted Senga, he just would have been a Red Sox months ago. Like I think that, I think Senga's gonna be a Met at this point. Like there's another move or two I think in the Red Sox offseason here that could make this team terrifying when the season starts. Like if you're a Red Sox fan, like it's also weird. Like I don't know how much Red Sox Twitter you have access to. They've been
good amount.
They've been really moody this offseason, really impatient because they haven't signed a free agent, but they traded for Sonny Gray, and now they traded for Willson Contreras. Like you're getting major league dudes. Like this team is nice.
Yeah, the
certified nice
thing I'll end it here with, because we talked more than we already wanted to, going on near 20 minutes. We said under 15. That's how we roll over here. We reach flow state.
Just talk.
The American League East is gonna be awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be an absolute dog.
Especially with like the Schlittler shit with the Yankees, like that.
Losing Dobbins kind of sucks for that though, because he was a Yankee shit talker.
True. Over under 1.5 brawls between Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Orioles this year.
I don't think anyone's actually fighting. I think you get a couple, benches clear, stare at each other's. I want a couple. I want 2 brawls. I'm saying over. I think I'm under a half a punch throw in the American League East this year.
Ooh, a punch thrown's different.
What's a brawl?
Shoving, but like someone goes to the ground.
I think a punch has to be thrown to constitute a brawl.
Cam Schlittler's going to throw at someone this year.
No way. You talk that much on Twitter, it's because you're kind of a little bit soft on the inside. Like I also, like we talked about this a little bit in the Boz video on Friday, which put a lot of videos out since then. Like the Orioles still might have the worst rotation in this division.
Oh, I think it's a pretty good chance they do. Yeah.
Until the Rays trade Pepio. Maybe Pepio and Duran. Like maybe that's the match.
Maybe that's it. But then
No, but the Rays.
the Rays don't. That does nothing for the Rays' future.
The Rays wouldn't want Duran. They'd want Willier.
Yeah.
That's who the Rays would want.
Or they would want like some weird outfielder we don't know about.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they want Christian Campbell. That's another one. Like they gave him a big extension. Like I think there's still a lot of faith in Christian Campbell.
He's not even projected to be on this roster right now.
He's not even projected to be close to it. Like he's like 4 different guys away.
Yeah, this system's loaded.
You want to sneak Christian Campbell as your second base DH, or you want to let Meyer? Can Meyer defensively play shortstop anymore? Do you know?
I think he would probably be. I mean, Trevor Story can't.
But like I think Trevor Story is 1 more year. I think everyone knows that. Everyone acknowledges it's a
I know,
Trevor
but I'm
Story,
saying like Trevor Story was horrible defensively at shortstop. So like I don't think they particularly care. It seems like.
I'm saying can Meyer handle it? I also
how much worse can he be than Trevor Story, who was like -7 OAA?
I mean, like Meyer just doesn't have that strong of an arm. I know Story doesn't have a strong of an arm at this point anyway either.
He's probably more of a third base, second base guy, Meyer.
I do. There's just this glut you can't really get away from with Yoshida, with Duran, with Willier, Rafael's not, but like he's part of the kind of like outside looking in-ish kind of guys, and Campbell and Costas.
He's just too good at center field. He like almost have to play him if
That's
he's
what I'm saying. That's why it sucks the way this team's aligned right now. You kill all of Ceddanne Rafael's value if he's your second baseman. He's like an okay defensive second baseman, like the best center fielder in baseball.
We'll find out. There's going to be a move. We'll talk about it on the windup. Thank you guys for watching 20 minutes, 12 hours later from when a move happened, but that's what we do over here. We're just talking baseball all the time. Good conversations. Make sure you are subscribed to the windup so you don't miss out on any of the content we drop for you. Follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Giraffe Neck Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.